So here we go then with our heavyweight contest. Vitaly KUDOKHOV coming to the ring, a very experienced boxer, by the way, and in terms of the World Series of Boxing. He's had 6 wins and 4 losses in 10 starts under WSB rules. And interestingly, he's only won away from home on 1 previous occasion. And that was, by the way, in week 2, so there you go. But a very decent record, 3 times a national championship bronze medalist and once a quarter-finalist. 24 years of age now. He's an orthodox, leads with his left hand. But he's giving away 3.5 inches to his opponent, Erislandy SAVON, who will be in the ring very, very shortly. So he's in then, Vitaly KUDOKHOV.
De Cuba, de los Domadores de Cuba, en 91 kilogramos, Erislandy SAVON.
So Erislandy SAVON then, something of a hero in these parts. Nephew of the great Felix SAVON, a 3-time Olympic champion and 6-time world champion. And this young man is the Pan American champion. And he's had 1 bout so far under the WSB rules, and that was away, and he won, stopping a guy called Jabril Coupé. And Erislandy SAVON about 3 inches taller than his opponent, KUDOKHOV. And a year younger at 23. Yep, straight over the top. Just like his uncle, Felix.
Y paso a la presentación oficial de este combate. El árbitro que intervendrá, el señor Gerardo Pochi, de Argentina. Representante de Rusia, en la categoría de 91 kilogramos, Vitaly KUDOKHOV. Representante del equipo Domadores de Cuba, Erislandy SAVON. Les deseo muchísima suerte.
So the first of 5 rounds about to get underway. Our referee is from Argentina, Gerardo Pochi. And you don't hold out a great deal of hope really for Vitaly KUDOKHOV, do you? Despite his experience in this, as I say, 6 wins and 4 losses. 2 of those losses inside the limit, so you've got to imagine that SAVON will probably inflict another stoppage loss on him. So 6 feet 6 inches tall then, Erislandy SAVON, and it obviously runs in the family. I was very lucky to have had my photograph taken with his uncle Felix SAVON when I was in Atlanta at the Olympic Games, along with the former president of the Philippines, I think she was. Tiny, tiny woman, so you can imagine the massive height difference between the two of them. Huge. Anyway, these are two heavyweights. The limit for the heavyweight division, by the way, is 91 kilograms. Anything over 91, and you are a super heavyweight in the amateur ranks. But don't forget, this is not amateur, it's not pro. The guys that win here can retain their amateur status, despite the fact they get paid. And of course, don't wear head guards and vests. Nice left hand there from SAVON. Well, I've got a feeling here that SAVON's making hard work of this. Should we try to maintain that gap between him and his opponent constantly, not let this man close the gap at all? That's when it gets untidy. And you don't need me to tell you that. Well, decent right there from Erislandy SAVON. Nice shot there again from SAVON. And KUDOKHOV, by the way, was actually stopped by Clemente Russo. I think he's the Italian, isn't he? And one other, David Imasiri. So first round then will go, in my opinion, but don't take this as read, in favour of SAVON. So a bit of replay coming up. Just a bit on the casual side for my liking, SAVON. Like to see him be a bit more serious about what he does. His attitude, his approach. So round two coming up then, just to remind you that, well, there's the official scores. SAVON does indeed win the round. But Vitaly KUDOKHOV will try to do something about that here in the second. If I said, by the way, that SAVON was 6'6", I actually meant 6'1". So I do apologise about that. Well, nice right hand, left hook there from KUDOKHOV. Well, this is one of those that's descending into an untidy maul. And once again, they're both to blame. SAVON for not getting his tactics right, i.e., you know, not using his feet well enough and getting tangled up like this. And you simply can't blame KUDOKHOV for wanting to close the gap. It takes away the leverage here that SAVON may require. Well, yes, it's an ugly round now. And I'm going to leave that one to the judges, I'm afraid. I'll abide by anything they say. But no choice, really. So a bit of replay. They might have found a clean highlight here. No, too good to hope for. So here we go then. This is round 3. Where's the official score for round 2?
Stop!
Yep, forget that.
Time. Please.
So here we are then, round 3. Don't forget, these are 2 heavyweights. We have a Cuban by the name of Erislandy SAVON. Fantastic reputation. Pan American champion, nephew of Felix SAVON, 3 times Olympic champion, and of course 6 times world champion. His opponent, well, the shorter Vitaly KUDOKHOV of Russia. An old sweat in WSB terms, but getting taken to school somewhat here by SAVON. Actually, that's unfair. No, he's not getting taken to school at all. He's doing his utmost here against SAVON, but SAVON, well, he's managing to keep himself in contention at all times, if not more than that. And KUDOKHOV, you can see, using battering ram intentions. And the problem here for SAVON is quite simple, really. He's not moving. He's allowing this KUDOKHOV to come at him and stay there, instead of shifting his feet either one way or the other. Well, he's doing that now. Gerardo Poggi of Argentina, our referee. Well, I'm just sitting here having a look at Erislandy and saying to myself, well, Felix SAVON, he is not. But then again, who was? And maybe it's too much to expect more of this particular SAVON than it was of the other one.
Okay.
Incidentally, by the way, each boxer. Oh, late shot there from SAVON. Each winning boxer, by the way, earns themselves $5,000, and that is worth having. Well, we didn't get the scores for round 2. Will we get it for round 3? So a bit of replay here. And don't forget, there was a late shot from SAVON when the bell went. Well, I've got to say also that KUDOKHOV looks pretty solid, doesn't he? So round 4. A bit of shoulder there from KUDOKHOV. Don't forget, of course, if the gum shield is dislodged, it must be washed and replaced at a convenient time. You don't interrupt the boxers, just don't get on with it. So as soon as there's a natural break, you can interfere. Or intervene. It looks like KUDOKHOV's a bit of a tough guy, doesn't it? As we mentioned previously, he has been stopped twice so far in the World Series of Boxing. But he's still here. Yep, he's still here against arguably one of the biggest punchers in the division.
Stop.
And largely, by the way, there's only one way to stop this this descending into a real grappling match, and that is just to stay on the move. Has SAVON got the energy to do that for 5 rounds? And that was a decent shot.
Suelto, Savón, suelto, Savón.
And I suppose if any of the Cuban team have got knockout pretensions, it's this man. Well, that's a stumble. No knockout. Well, that's a decent right. Catching KUDOKHOV full in the face there as the bell went. So a bit of replay here, that's that final punch, I think. So the fifth and final round then of our fifth and final contest here this evening. And so far a clean sweep for Cuba. And it's been a sad night for the Russian boxing team. It'll be even sadder, of course, if KUDOKHOV were to get stopped in this final session. We'll see. Well, a stumble then from KUDOKHOV. I've got to congratulate KUDOKHOV. He's really had a go here. Put this big fella under pressure. Well, once again, the crowd there gets something to cheer about. And again. But KUDOKHOV takes it all. So now approaching the last 30 seconds of the fifth and final round. Will this be a whitewash now for Cuba? The third whitewash in a row. Here comes the bell. So there we get the individuals get, well, it's all over now. The individuals get extra points for how many judges vote for them, and the team, of course, gets extra points for how many men win in the side. And that looked like a pretty clear-cut win for SAVON. But full marks yet again to KUDOKHOV. He really did try hard. Just found this man a bit too big for him.
Vamos a anunciar el resultado oficial de la pelea en la categoría de 91 kilogramos. Juez 1, 50-45. Juez 2, 50-45. Juez 3, 50-45. Votación unánime, 3-0. Ganador, the winner de los Domadores de Cuba, Erislandy SAVON.
Erislandy SAVON is declared the winner. All three judges agree, which makes it a whitewash yet again for Cuba. And sadly, at the other end this time, it was the Russian boxing team. What a shame for them. And by the way, my winner of the Best Boxer of the Night award goes quite clearly to the undisputable Ramon Luis. He was the middleweight, of course, who boxed with such a aplomb and flair, and that's my decision. Anyway, that's the end of our boxing, coming to you from Cuba, where the Cubans register a 5-0 lead win over the Russians. And of course, 3-0 now. They won all three matches that they've had. And I've got to say, they're still looking pretty unstoppable.